If you're like me, seed catalogs are already arriving in your mailbox. And if you're like me, you've enjoyed your break and you're ready to get on with dreaming about and planning next season's garden. But if there's something I've learned over the years, it's that there are a few steps that we sometimes skip in our rush to place that seed order or draw out our garden layout. If you want next year's garden to serve you and your family, if you want to enjoy the process, if you want to avoid the overwhelm, and if you want to avoid waste, both with useless spending and crops you won't eat, take a few moments and do these 7 things first. You will be glad you did. To help me demonstrate how I'll put these steps into practice in my garden, I'll be showing you how I use my complete garden planner and journal. It's a printable planner I created that you can find linked in the description below. Now let's get to the tips. Number 1, evaluate your why. We all garden for different reasons, and it's important to identify what your overall purpose is. If you want to eat fresh food from your garden for as long as possible, then you'll want to plan for more succession plantings. If you want to preserve as much as you can, you will want to select varieties of crops most suitable for canning. And if you want to enjoy your garden without as much overwhelm, then you may decide to plant less. These are just a few examples of how evaluating your why will help you make strategic decisions in your garden that serve you and your overall goal. Number 2, assess what you have to give. Time is the biggest resource most of us will give to our gardens. How much of it do you have? Be realistic, and if you're in a busy season of life or if you have physical limitations, err on the side of smaller or more simple. You don't want to find yourself completely burned out in August because you didn't realistically evaluate what you had to give. Number 3, identify your garden space. It's easy to want to jump to the what you want to grow, but it's even more important to identify where you're going to grow it. By identifying any in-ground space, containers, current raised beds, and new raised beds, you'll be able to go into your garden planning with a better picture of the space you have to work with. That way, you're not buying a whole bunch of seeds that you don't have room to plant. Number 4, understand your climate. Knowing your climate is critical for deciding when to plant crops outside, when to start seeds indoors, when to expect harvests, when to expect cool season crops to bolt or get bitter, when to plan for crops like tomatoes and beans to pause production, when fall crops will stop growing and start again, which onion type to grow, which perennial crops may survive your winter, and more. While knowing your climate will be an ongoing observation over the years, knowing these key dates and other factors will help you plan. Number 5, prioritize your goals. Once you know your why, you can start prioritizing which crops are most important to you, which are secondary, and which crops you would like to try for the first time. It's also helpful to think about what recipes you may want to make and lean into seasonal eating. Especially with a limited garden space, having decided what's most important will help make sure you have room for those top priorities and also be okay with cutting some crops off of your list. Number 6, plan your projects. With all the emphasis on planning and planting, sometimes projects just get thrown into the mix at the same time that you're busy with other garden duties. If you know you want to build a new compost area, for example, or if you need to build raised beds or a new trellis, plan to complete those projects before you need them and maybe even on some pretty days in the late winter. Also, by planning your projects, you can ensure that you have the supplies ready when you need them. Number 7, seed shop strategically. With these other steps in place, you can shop for seeds and plants more strategically. Knowing your priorities will help you say no to the bright, shiny objects in the seed catalog and only choose what will serve you and your priorities. Plus, you will be more able to buy only what you need. It might be hard to say no to those 10 varieties of tomatoes, but if you already know that you only need 3, that makes you choose the ones that you know you really want to grow. And if you want to know how to shop for seeds and save the most money in doing it, check out this video. Garden planning is what gets me through these winter days, and I've found these tips to serve my garden the best in the long run. And if you're interested in my complete garden planner and journal, don't forget the link is in the description. You can purchase it for only $9.50 and print it out today. As we move into 2024, you can bet that I'll be sharing more with you on how I plan my garden and how it's going to be different this year. So make sure you like and subscribe and come along and join me in the journey as I plan and plant my garden this year.